Hello, everyone. Okay, so what do I have on my chart here? This is Friday's price action. I've had too many questions about if I can be able to go over PA on Friday and kind of explain a little bit. Um, okay, so let's start off with the beginning of the day. So we have here our Asian deviation. So price kind of looks like it's pretty clean cut, like great moves for Asian. So I mean, it's still in a range or consolidation, but it still looks pretty good, right? So here we have our VWAP going along standard deviation in Asian, and it's kind of extremely flat, and price is dancing around within VWAP. So, I mean, it's creating market structure and giving you some nice moves to take, but it's still in a rangy type of way. So we're right before London. So London, it created, pre-London created a lower high. It failed to take out this higher high. So that kind of says that we're probably not going to be going higher at this point because there is this wick rejection right here from this white line level, and it quickly started dropping down within our London deviation box, and it closed before this white line right here and VWAP. So it never closed below London low. In fact, it came back and retested VWAP, and it kind of arranged within for a little bit. But the whole point here is, to me, that if we fail to continue going higher and take this out, that kind of indicates to me that price might be going lower to grab this higher low, and possibly making a new lower low. So I took this sell right here on Friday. The fact, because we didn't make a new higher high, and the deviation box for London was bearish. And at this point, we have our London high here, our London low here. Where I took the trade from, it was right at this level right here and right at VWAP. So since we have all of these wick rejections right here at this blue band area, failing to continue going higher, that to me tells me that price at this time will not be going any higher. So maybe I should be considering taking a sell. So that is why I took the sell, put the stop loss right here above this wick high, and it dropped down below. At this point, it closed, confirming a sell below London low, but it did retrace back to almost my entry level. I was not at BE here at all. It was just kind of watching it and see what happens. And then after that, it dropped all the way down and creating a new lower low. At this point, it was right here and almost tapping into this red line here, which to me on my chart, that's an outer area level, meaning that anything after that, it will be extended level. So I failed to tap into that, and it rejected going back. So as you guys know, I never put in my TP where I'm not sure where it's going, just kind of visually managing and playing it by my eye and what I see. So I got out like right here. As soon as it started rejecting and going higher, we have two candles prior to that that failed to continue going all lower. So at this point, this kind of went down, grabbed liquidity, and it was giving me a sign that we're probably not going to be tapping into this level. So I should probably get my ass out. So that's what I did. And it was played out great. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, we're way below VWAP. And as I always say, price always gets back to VWAP. We never know when, but it actually does. So here now we're dancing around. After a big move like this, I pretty much take a break and wait a little bit and see what price will do. Because at this point now we are past London. post London, and we're kind of like waiting for in New York. So what did price do right here? It kind of danced around again, right? Back and forth, indicating though that price gave equal lows right here. That to me automatically means a reversal at this point. Um, so that's what price did. It rejected here, grabbed its, this week is actually a little bit lower, few ticks from here. So it grabbed liquidity and quickly rejected going back higher. Back to where this probably at that time was POC, point of control. And continued going higher and eventually did end up at VWAP. But before it hit VWAP, we had our ORB candle, opening bell candle, right? Which is right here. So what did ORB do? ORB was kind of mess. So there was no clear direction with the ORB on Friday. And it could have been due to fundamentals or anything else that was going on. Lots of manipulation is what was happening, but it still kind of gave within range a good scalping trades. So Orbi candle right here, which is the beginning of initial balance and DR, define range. The second candle tapped into VWAP and it closed above ORB high, indicating normally that that would be a confirmation for a buy. But with some full pressure, bear pressure going down, we came down and tapped and rejected from ORB low. So at this point, when this was rejecting from here, all I can think is we have a rejection here, rejection here, rejection here. So at that point, I'm thinking that this area right here is probably some type of a brick wall that is a little bit harder to break below. So unless we had some heavy news or anything like that, we'll probably break that down. But at this point, I'm not seeing this going any lower than here. So price kind of danced around within DR until it was done forming. So when DR was done, it was like right here, right? 10:30. So it was like right here. So at this point, after all of these rejections right here, but at the time I took my buy, I was like, no, we're not going any lower here. So maybe I'm going to think about taking a buy here and take my chance. So, and that's what I did on this bullish candle right here. As it started pushing down when it first opened, and then it quickly rejected from here, creating equal lows with this wick right here. That automatically told me in my mind that we are probably going to continue going higher. And that's just another confluence in my head. So after we started forming a body within the ORB low, within range, I knew that we were going to be going higher. So I took the trade right here as soon as we flipped and started going higher. So then I did sweat a little bit in this trade because we did range here for a while. But once we closed above VWAP, that kind of was telling me that we are going to continue going higher, but with a much complicated PA, right? And that is actually what did happen. You just kind of have to be patient and let your process play out. I was patient and letting my process play out, but it wasn't an easy trade, I do have to admit. Especially for New York, right? So this was my original TP right here. And the reason of that is because when I first took this buy here, we had all of this liquidity to grab, right? And plus we got all the way down to this level here. And I was thinking since we failed to break lower, we were not going there anytime soon. So then we had to worry about all of these highs right here, which is London high, Asian high, all of that. Anyway, so we did continue going higher. This is a very nice, lazy, bullish price action is what I call it, because look at the size of these candles. It's bullish with not a lot of volume, but it's still going up. So after I hit my TP, I was kind of waiting around, seeing what's going to happen, waiting for these highs to be taken out and to see what price will do after that. Well, it did shoot up a little bit more. It created a new higher high all the way up here, and that would be Wednesday's London high. It kind of almost got to there and rejected. But at this point, by the time it came over here, we're like way too far from VWAP now, right? So I'm thinking price is going to give some type of a signal that we're probably going to get or heading back to VWAP. And actually it did, and it got there pretty quick within 20, 25 minutes, right? So at this point, when I saw this right here, rejected from quite a bit of levels all the way over here, which we have Tuesday London low, and then we have, of course, Friday London low, and rejected from there, barely tapped into VWAP. I'm thinking we're not going any lower at this point, so maybe I should think about taking a buy. So on the next bullish candle, I took a buy going higher. I was aiming for a new higher high, but obviously that didn't happen. So after this candle was done here, I got my ass out again. Where you see when Wednesday London low is where I got out at that little level. And then I did it danced around here for a little bit. It created this kind of base. It failed to go higher than this wide line level here, so I knew it wasn't going to create a new higher high at this point. So I was gonna think about taking a new sell, which actually I did. But at this point, I don't know why I did, because I was already mentally exhausted and couldn't think anymore, or my mind was too tired to visually manage. So I got out at this heavy level right here, and I gave up for the day. And that was actually already New York PM time. So we were done trading. And that is about it. But if you kind of take a look at the entire day overall, I always keep in mind the AMD or Power of Three. PO3. So we have Asian, it kind of range consolidated, right? Then we dropped down for our manipulation. We ranged again for a very long time, and then we expanded going higher. So this was the whole point. We ranged, we dropped, we ranged again, we expanded. So that to me is some type of AMD. All right, that's about it. I hope this helps someone. Thanks. Bye.